What could possibly go wrong selling on Amazon? Well, in today's episode, I want to share with you how one Amazon seller had to spend 80,000 US, yes, 80,000 US, to take Amazon through arbitration and what you can learn from it. So stay tuned. What's up, Amazon sellers? If you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years. Pretty much I do the arbitrage business model, buying low from retail stores online and selling high on Amazon. Now, quite simply, I'm on a road to do 1 million by the end of 2021. Have a look at the link up there. But enough about me, let's get into the content today. So first things first, as I said in the introduction, this is a video very much about one Amazon seller and how they took Amazon through the arbitration process. So first things first, you might be asked, why are we telling you this information? Now, myself and many other sellers on Amazon always talk about how to do it, the positives, how much money you can make on Amazon, and this great opportunity. But I think it's really, really important to talk about the dark side, the side of selling on Amazon that no one really talks about. What happens when it goes wrong and what does that look like? Now, this is the reality of selling in Amazon, and hopefully it only happens to a very few people, and also it doesn't happen to you, but I think we need to make you aware of it to give you a balanced understanding of what selling on Amazon is truly like. Okay, so let's give you a little bit of background into the case now. Now, quite simply, what I'm going to do is I'll drop a link down below to the original source material. This is an article from Bloomberg that we're reading about that's reported on about an Amazon seller. Now, the background to the story is quite simply there's an Amazon seller who was selling electronics goods on Amazon, quite a large volume of them. Now, quite simply, Amazon suspected this seller of selling fake electronic products on the Amazon marketplace. Now, quite simply, what Amazon did was they suspended his account. Now, this happens quite a lot in regards to when there's a problem, especially around selling fakes, Amazon will take the action to suspend. So what I'll do is I'll drop also a link down below to Amazon's counterfeit policy, but I'll just highlight the key points up there. If they are suspecting you of selling counterfeit products, what do Amazon do? Now, quite simply, if you are not abiding by the counterfeit policy, quite simply, and I quote here, it says, failure to abide by this policy may result in the loss of your selling privileges, funds being withheld, destruction of inventory from fulfillment centers, and other legal consequences. And the one thing they do kind of say there as well is you must provide records about the authenticity of your products if Amazon requests that documentation. So something quite serious there and has a lot of consequences. Quick question to you, are you worried about getting your account suspended? If you are, let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to see how many people are potentially worried about this as well. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's get back to the case. Quite simply, as I said before, he's selling electronic items on the Amazon marketplace and Amazon suspected him of selling fakes. Now, what happened? So obviously they suspended his account and we know that already, but what happened next? Well, the seller was submitting the documents required to prove the products were not fake, but it's what Amazon did, which was the problem. Amazon ghosted him. They just didn't reply. They didn't get back to him at all. He'd submitted the documents as per Amazon's policy, as per their request, and they just did not reply to his emails. Now, the interesting thing in this case as well is that Amazon withheld his products from the inventory, which we understand because they suspect them of being fakes, but they also withheld those products which they didn't suspect of being fakes. So they said, these products we believe are fake, please provide proof that they are not. That's fine, withhold them, you believe they're fakes. But of the products that they weren't believing they're fakes, he couldn't do anything with those items as well. Amazon did not allow him to have access to his stock, even though there was no question of the validity of that stock. Now, as a result, this seller was annoyed. The seller had done everything that Amazon had asked, and Amazon wasn't playing ball. Now, quite simply, in this kind of situation, what you might say is, hey, you know what? I'm going to take them to court because they can't do this to me. I've got a business to run. But there's something very interesting in the terms and conditions about when you sign up to Amazon that's going to mean you can't do this. Now, when you sign up to be a seller on Amazon, as part of that sign up process, one of the terms and conditions you agree to is the fact that you agree to arbitration over taking to court. So basically, what does this mean? You cannot take Amazon to court. You can only take them through the arbitration process, and the outcome of the arbitration process is a legally binding outcome, which is like crazy. Now, this seller decided to take Amazon through that arbitration process because that's the only option he had left. He was selling legitimate goods. He had done everything Amazon had asked, and Amazon were ghosting him and not playing ball, and even withholding stock that they had no problems with. So quite simply, he took Amazon through the arbitration process. Now, the result of this arbitration process is that it's legally binding, and obviously all parties have to abide by it. Now, I just want to share some quick stats about the arbitration process. Over the last 5 years, that's 5 whole years just gone, out of all of the Amazon sellers, and I mean there must be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Amazon sellers on the platform, how many people do you think have gone through this arbitration process? 105. That is crazy. And you might ask why? Well, because quite simply, the average cost for arbitration process is $80,000 US. Most Amazon sellers don't have that amount of money spare to invest in the arbitration process with no idea that they're even going to get anything back from the end of it. Okay, quick thing for you guys. If you are worried about being suspended, worried about buying brands which are maybe going to be dangerous, that you're worried about you're going to get suspended on your account, don't worry, have a look at the FastTrackFBA IP checker. Quite simply, this is a list that we're always updating all the time based off our own research and customer feedback of brands that you need to be careful of. So I'll drop a link down below, but have a look at the FastTrackFBA IP checker. It's just going to help save your ass and protect your Amazon account. Okay, so back to this case. Amazon had been taken through the arbitration process by this seller, and the mediator had gone through the entire case. And what was the outcome? They awarded the seller $775,000 in restitution for the problems. Now, quite simply, the mediator, Peter Brown, came out with 2 clear findings from it. Number 1, Amazon's suspicion of the seller selling fake goods was legitimate. We're not questioning that. But the fact that Amazon withheld goods which had no cause for concern was of a worry, and as a result, he initiated that Amazon should pay damages to, obviously, the person taking through the arbitration process, which I think is a great news to say that you can take Amazon to court, or you can take Amazon through the arbitration process, but I think you just need to be aware of that. Now, the one thing which I will say is that we have taken this information from a Bloomberg article, and in that article it does state that the person who has brought the information to Bloomberg did it on the condition of not exposing their name because they didn't want it to be shared. So we don't know if this is 100% true. We have no reason to believe it's not, but also as well, we can't verify it. So I do just let you know, and obviously have a look at the Bloomberg link down below. Now, the final question you might be asking is, what can you as Amazon sellers, what should you be learning from this? What is the dark side of selling on Amazon that you can take away from this case? Like all businesses, selling on Amazon is risky. Nothing in life is 100%. You are never going to guarantee that it's going to be safe. It's just not going to happen. Now, quite simply, selling on Amazon has its risks, whether it be private label, whether it be wholesale, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, there are always risks involved. Go into it being fully well aware of those risks. What I will say is number 2 is the fact that Amazon has and will continue to make mistakes. It's only the nature of having a big beast such as Amazon whereby mistakes will happen. And I give you the classic example here. Amazon ghosted the seller. The seller did everything right, and still Amazon ghosted them. So they did things wrong. So do not expect this to be a perfect world, that Amazon is some kind of perfect marketplace to sell into. They are not. You're going to have problems. It's going to be frustrating. Unfortunately, this is just the marketplace or the ecosystem that we operate in. Now, number 3, we as Amazon sellers cannot file lawsuits. So if you think, I'm just going to take them to court, you do not have the right to do that, and you've given up that right by creating an Amazon Seller Central account. On creating the account, you agree to the arbitration process. So just be acutely aware of that. Number 4, the interesting thing which I will want you to take away from this message is that in the Bloomberg article, it said that the Amazon seller who had taken Amazon to court, they were selling a lot of money on Amazon, they'd won $775,000 in restitution. Interesting enough, what are they doing now? They are starting another online business, and I quote, as far away as possible from Amazon. So I'm not saying that Amazon is bad, you shouldn't do it, no, not at all. There is an opportunity, but things can go wrong, and when they have, this person has chosen never to get back involved. So be careful, be aware that has happened in the past. Now, I think the final thing which I will leave you with, and I say it time and time again, selling on Amazon is a great opportunity. My God, I enjoy it. I love it. It's given me the lifestyle that I've got now. And I've never found an easier way to buy products to resell that you don't really have to worry about the sales and marketing. Amazon can give you a great lifestyle, it can give you a great business, but just remember, there are always risks with it. It's not perfect. And at any point, Amazon can say no. You always have one customer when you sell on Amazon, and that is Amazon. So just be careful. Okay, what I will say is if you've liked this content and you want to see more dark side of Amazon style content, give me a thumbs up. That's just going to let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content around selling on Amazon, helping you out. But what I will say as well is I will drop a link around here to a video I made earlier about my own experience on the dark side of Amazon, where my account was suspended holding tens of thousands of pounds. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.